Good afternoon on what is a very bright, hot and sunny day. It is Thursday, the 11th of August, and guess what? I'm back from Gen Con. Don't worry folks, I happen to have a nice hot cup of tea too, but this video is definitely not sponsored by Gen Con, or indeed cheesy American snacks, crunchy American snacks, or milk duds. I really like milk duds. Anyway, you may be wondering quite what I brought back from Gen Con. So this is a massive unbagging video. So it's like a traditional unboxing video, but there's lots of it and it's coming out of a bag because I couldn't fit it all in boxes. So here we go. I'm just going to enjoy some more of this. So back in a moment. Okay, just coming. Yeah. Hold on. And there's that. So all of this. So somehow I'm going to have to show you all of what all of this is. So bear with me. Let's put this down out of the way so I can reach it. So the soft and squishable things first, of course. Is that you've already seen the llama. This is from Squishables, and they do a fantastic Plague Doctor as well, which we sent our friend Alex, who basically one of the co-authors on Viral, and we just thought a soft squishy Plague Doctor was the thing he needed. See, that's really squishable, and this is for my daughter actually, it's not for me, before you ask. And if you're wondering what this is, oh yeah, I can show you this at least. You'll know it's come from Goodman Games, and that is a set of, just put the llama out of the way, never thought I'd get to say that, put the llama out of the way, of the magazine stroke book holders that Goodman Games did a Kickstarter for, and we got shipped across to someone else for us to bring over, and these don't belong to me, these belong to my friend Julian. And if I'm really nice, if he's really nice, he'll let me do an unboxing of those. That'd be really great. Anyway, let's carry on. So the next squishable thing is this cute baby bat. That's my daughter also. And then I have the most traditional gaming American thing you can have. It's a Crown Royal bag. Now these bags are essentially what the whiskey or bourbon or whatever it is come in the States, and we do not get this in the UK. But according to tradition, if you can get one in the US, it's your first dice bag because it's perfect for holding dice. It's got a string pull there at the top and everything. And what I've got in here is I've got two things. The first off is a set of RPG Icons dice set for Seth Skorzkowski. Thank you, Seth. He was kind enough to give me a set, and he's done a nice sort of like he's signed it and done the whole Jack the NPC as the crow look there. And then more dice. This is the Crystal Cast special limited edition commercial event dice set for Gen Con. Brought some of those back as gifts. Then just go for the next one, the pole. Oh, that's fallen off. So the other thing you bring back for Gen Con, of course, is these two things. You've got the program. There's lots and lots of things in here. We were mostly looking at the map, but it's always worth fleeting through these because you get a good feel of what Gen Con is like. And to go with that, there is this. This is the, for example, this is the coupon book, and you just basically turn up, cut the coupon, give it to them, and you get a bonus from numerous companies. Look at that, lots of them. And we sort of like this. So we went. This is interesting. Not sure how you use this. Completely sort of kind of alien to us here in the UK, but we've got one. I've actually got 3 as souvenirs for some unknown reason. Just went in my baggage. Next, Spellburn t-shirt. Now again, this isn't for me. Look, I'm wearing a waistcoat and shirt. I don't wear t-shirts, not during the day anyway. But my friends who were with me in Gen Con will testify that I do wear one at night, when I've gone to bed. It's my nightwear. So this is not nightwear. This is my friend Julian. He asked for me to pick one up, and I did. So Julian, that will be yours when I see you next. And then we get on to Cat's dice set from. Who's this from? This is a Q Workshop. This is the limited edition black set. This is for Louise, and they came in several colours. And then we've got the Pendragon Quick Start, which Chaosium launched there. This is the new Quick Start for the 6th edition of Pendragon, which is coming later this year. There's been talk about some of the stuff that's happening. We've been promised that Keith of Rolling Boxcars will run this for us, and I'm really looking forward to playing it. So I can't review it, I can't look at it yet, and I'm really frustrated about that, but I'm looking forward to playing it. So there's that. Oh yeah, more of this. And this is the, by the way, this is the Gen Con cup you could get. This is a plastic cup, essentially refillable, and essentially it cost you $7. You got a drink, and then refills cost $4, and then you had for the course of the weekend. I'll take it away, and we brought back 2, 1 for each, and very good it is too. I've got lemon squash in there, by the way, if anybody's wondering. So next, I've got a couple of things for Cyberpunk. Thanks to Aaron Tarbuck, whom I met for the first time, and basically wanted me to take more, and I would have done, but we were running up against the limits of just how much we could carry. We didn't go over. We were up to the limit and no more. So Tales of the Red, which is 9 missions full of action and intrigue for Cyberpunk Red. So I've got to get in and review the core rulebook and get onto reviewing these. So that's one of the next things I've got to do. Same again for Interface Collection 1. And then we have Rolled and Told Collection 1, which is a collection of comics and Dungeons & Dragons adventures from Oni Press. Really wanted to look at this when it was available via Free RPG Day. There was Volume 2 available, that was kept. I managed to track down a couple of these and got them. They had them on offer there. What next? Aces and Eights Reloaded, which is the classic Wild West role-playing game from Kenza. Really impressed with the first edition. Glad to get hold of the second edition, and I look forward to reviewing that. Sword Point Swashbuckling role-playing design. Add that to my design list. This is from Gallant Knight Games. Thank you, Alan Barr. Great to meet you. That's one of the great things about Gen Con, is meeting all of these people. So let's crack on. Lots to get through. You saw that big bag. Vast Grim, I Want Your Skulls, Quick Start. Now I reviewed the Free RPG Day release. Great to dig into this. I'm going to plan to get hold of some other quick starts and do like a quick start weekend. Would be perfect for that, and that will happen as soon as I've played this, because I'll basically do these over the course of the weekend. That'll be fun. Next, let's have a look. More Cyberpunk. Later back. And then this is from, where are we? Snowbright Studio. Should have got it signed, but didn't. But this is Tea Time Adventures, essentially non-combat focused role-playing, done in the style of classic children's books. and it comes with recipes and suggested tea types for each adventure, which I absolutely love, because of course there's nothing quite like a nice hot cup of tea. Oh, even on a hot day like this, there is nothing like a nice hot cup of tea. So we've got next. Oh yes, Wander Home, which is a big winner at the Ennies. I really wanted to get a copy of this. They sold out of the hardback before we could get to the stand. As soon as it won the, we were going to pick it up, but as soon as we hit the it won the Ennies, we made a grab to get the sort of final copies that they had. Glad we did, even if only the softback. So looking forward to looking at that. What we've got next? Oh yes, Time of Harvest, which was one of the first campaigns published for Call of Duty 7th Edition, the Cursium. Thank you for that. And then probably the biggest thing I brought back, I didn't get this at Gen Con, but I had to bring it back, is Coyote & Crow. They were not there, unfortunately, for reasons which I won't go into now. None of their fault. But this is something that I had delivered to a friend. He brought it to Gen Con, and I brought it back, because that was the easiest way, saved on postage. I've got more copies of this. Now, the reason I got more copies is that there were people asking for me to bring them back. Okay, so I'll have one, and then I'll basically sort of go, here you go, guys. So have a look. Another. We've got Sunless Citadel, the Dungeon Crawl Classics. Sorry, Sunless Citadel, Sunless Garden. The Sunless Citadel, you know, you always think about that. That's the old 3rd edition Dungeons and Dragons adventure. But this is the special Gen Con 2022 exclusive, and I was asked to pick a copy of that up for Julian. So I did, and got a copy for myself. So review coming. And then below that we have Book of Fallen Gods, which was the release for DCC Day for Goodman Games. Really, these are always fun. They're always fun adventures. And our friend Scott, let alone Steve, couldn't get them on the day. But we found a game shop in Indiana. Yes, we went to Gen Con and we went to a game shop. So we actually went to the same game shop several times to pick up certain things. So, for example, we found this. This was on our first day. Before Gen Con itself, we were acclimatizing, and we got dropped off on Monument Circle in downtown Indianapolis. And around the corner, you've got things like, there was like, you know, the comic book shop which we had a look in and wanted to buy, but thought weight limits. And then we went to the game shop, which opened the day before Gen Con in 2017, because that's when we were there last. And I went, oh, it's still there, let's go and have a look. It's on the way to walk. So they had this, so I've got a copy. Okay, that's the release list for Goodman Games for the whole event. One of the great things about the event is that for Goodman Games, that you could buy a copy of the soft cover DCC rulebook for $10 and an adventure. So it made a great gift. It made you had a copy to easily access, so on. You know, it's really good. Another copy of that. That's fine. You know, more for Mike to give to my mates. You know, so next we have. Well, I also hit the consignment section, and the consignment section is equivalent. It's the equivalent of the bring and buy here in the UK. One of the things you go to things like Dragon Meet or you know, any of the big conventions, Dragon Meet, Expo. There's a bring and buy. Expo is very board game and miniatures, war games focus. Where I've got a little bit of role playing. We made some good deals. We found some good stuff there. But there's a good role playing section at the decent role playing section of the one in Gen Con. And the funny thing was that they formed a queue, okay, and somebody did a piece of cardboard and said, this is the last place in the queue, and it was just a square of cardboard. But every time someone joined the queue, he would hand it on to the next person. So they would hold it and hand it on. And that kept going through the whole weekend. Every time we went past, somebody was still holding the same piece of cardboard. Which absolutely brilliant. Anyway, so what did I get inside? I got a copy of X3 Curse of Xanathon. I'm going to give that a proper review. I don't know, I can't remember whether I've actually got a copy of this. So it may well go on to eBay if I don't. Don't have a copy of Maltese Clue, which is the Judges Guild scenario. I have always wanted to look at this. Never been able to find a copy. X4, Master of the Desert and Nomads. Yet another program. Okay, Gcc Adventure Pack for DCC Day 2. Great, glad I got a copy of that. So that was again, that was at the minor store. I say minor store, the game store. We also found a copy of the Buffy role-playing game for a friend of ours, Lloyd. Temple of Death X5. Something else which my friend Keith brought across for me, collected, is Mystery of Ireland, one of the monographs I don't have. I have most of them. I think I'm missing some of the later ones because they got more and more difficult to get hold of. And we're still going. So the next down we have is Empire of the East, which delivered to my friend Keith, the DCC book. Another book from this is Spaceship Zero. Again, that came from the consignment, as did Ashes of Midnight. This probably will go on eBay. So where have we got to? Oh yeah, another drink. So little books now. So we have Cryptid Manual for Dark Places and Demogorgons from Bloat Games. Thank you, Eric. I would have taken more from you, but it's all about space. I'm going to shift over and put that down there. Then the Smoking Worm box set. It's a set of fanzines. I'll do a proper review of the unboxing of that and all of these titles at some point in the next few weeks. So you will see those eventually. And the Smoking Worm monographs, again, part of that series. Temples and Tombs, Year Zero pulp action role-playing. And then this is another thing that Keith held on to for me, which is A Visitor's Guide to the Rainy City. Okay, I've done an unboxing of a couple of the expansions for this and really loved it, and found this eventually and sent a copy to him for me and him. Also Nova, which I think is for Mothership, not sure, but I'll find out. So let's just put this away. And there's the ice cream van. So you can tell I'm back in England, because hey, there were suggestions. Like somebody did actually ask, do you have the Nook with you? And I said yes. We broke it all down, managed to get it through customs, and we've set it up back at the house. But no, you know I'm in England because you can hear the ice cream van. And then a big terror in the skies box set by Kelvin Green for Lamentations of the Flame Princess. I've got this a big stack of books from Lamentations of the Flame Princess, so we're going to reach in and grab some of those. Let's have a look what we've got next. The Staffelton Hire Trading Company of works of John Williams, which is a map book. I'll just go a quick look in here. I'll give you a quick look in just in here. Just find something representative. Here we go. That, and it's pages of pages, just like that. This is a fantastic book. This is Lamentations of the Princess. Very little word count in that. But it's all maps by Glyn Seal. Superb. It's great. If you're any fantasy role-playing game, you know, this is perfect. And then Things That Go Squeaky in the Night, from Gallant Knight Games. Strict Time Records Must Be Kept, Kelvin Green again, Lamentations. The Book of Antithesis. Oh yeah, this is going to be an interesting one-to-one box. Because yeah, I'll see if I can find it. I don't know whether I can actually show it on this. Yes I can, because I can cover it up. I cover it up. Yeah, I'm going to cover it. You do not want to see what's underneath my hand. And then we have Earth Incubation Crisis. 6x6x6. The Mayhemic Missile Method. A book of how to make your magic missile spell. Essentially 660. Well, you know, 6 times better and more interesting. Next batch we have Ghost-like Crime Role-Playing Design of Modern Weirdness, DCC again. One of the great things I love about Gen Con is getting to go and see the Goodman game stand, because it's such an eclectic mix of stuff for Dungeon Crawl Classics, and it's all stuff that we can't get in the UK normally. Good news is they're coming back next year. They're going to be Expo, which is great news. Then we have The Valley Out of Time, Welcome to the Valley again, Adventure, Lamentations, Flame Princess Adventure, White Power. I'm not entirely sure that that's really it's a clever pun. I'll give you, it's a clever pun. And I do like a good pun. Curse of the Daughter Brides, more Lamentations. The curious conundrum of the conflagrated contestiero, more Lamentations. Just a Stupid Dungeon, again, more Lamentations. I keep saying more Lamentations. When will the Lamentations stop? They'll stop with the Green Messiah. And then Bronx Beasties. 1 in 1 game rules. Hopefully, okay. I've got a couple of bookmarks. Again, this is from DCC. I've got those in there just to keep safe. Mutant High Score, which is a Mutant Core Classics adventure by Brendan Lassar. Looking forward to reviewing that. Night Soil 0, 1 fanzines. Oh, more the Lamentations never ends. With I think in deadly fashion. I'm basically reading that saying is that the deadly trash can, and then some of you may think that's entirely appropriate. Of course, the Obsidian Antivirus. Is that it? No, that's not it. Do you want to see the big box or the books? I'll do you more books before we get onto the final big box. Okay, let's just grab this from down here. Okay, now I've done that, I need more drink. So the upshot of this essentially is, expect more Lamentations of the Flame Princess reviews from me coming very soon. What have we got in here? Oh, East Texas University study abroad campaign source book for East Texas University, which is a Savage Worlds campaign setting, which I really like. It's a lot of fun because essentially you go to East Texas University and discover there's an awful lot of going on in terms of monsters and cryptids and mysteries and evil and stuff like that, and you go fight it. It's essentially, imagine if you were running Buffy using Savage Worlds, and you would not be far off, but without Buffy's powers as a vampire hunter. But it's that same kind of tone essentially as she goes to university, goes to college, and here it's study abroad. Oh yes, Bones Deep, skeletons exploring the ocean floor. Just a fantastically, ridiculously fascinating idea. What happens? And the cover is just glorious. A fantastic cover. Okay, more. Okay, yes, more. Won't show you the other side. That contains the scenario Demon Overloved Cleveland, which is up for an Emmy. And then in here we have essentially the Grid Shock set of fanzines, which are really great, fantastic. I get those and couldn't get them to the UK. Could get them to my friend in South Carolina. Thank you again, Keith, and again thank you for bringing those all over. Really, really helpful. You'll get to do. You have no idea how much you have quite helped my add to my game collection, and you know, sort of like give me a huge range of books to review. Next we have a screen for Baker Street, which I need to try and track down a copy of. Then we have the Stafford House campaign with a collection of notes. Great cover from the original for Snake Pipe Hollow. Got a couple of those, one for my friends, one each for friends, because I knew they would really want them. Excuse me, I'm just gonna. Sorry, there's sweat running into my eye. Sorry about that. We're getting almost to the end. We have these, which is facsimiles of the Star Trek role-playing game. The ones before the faster version. And these are complete knockoffs. Complete knockoffs. That I picked up on eBay and had collected. Incredibly, ridiculously, sillily expensive. But they're going to be interesting to review because I've never seen them. And I don't expect I ever would. What's next? Let's have a look. Oh yes, Rolled and Told Volume 2. Almost there, almost finished. Another Gen Con. That's a DCC Quick Start. And that's the cover to my copy of the DCC rulebook. That's my rulebook. I know I've got friends who collect the rulebook, and I'm going, okay. Another thing for the consignment, which was a copy of Bureau. This actually came from Half Price Games, that little store there. A copy of Bureau 13, Stalking the Night Fantastic. Oh, could this be? Yes, of course, it's another. And a copy of Tales of the Norns Ragnarok. Waiting to get hold of a copy of this. Should have picked it up 5 years ago, didn't because I was a fool. Got a copy now. This is a Tea Times Adventure card. This is the recipe cards that were included, sort of like with the promo of the game. Okay, and last you say. No, not last. I lied. Copy of Complete Griselda. I don't need one, but I'm going to get. But basically, it was the last one I had. It was $10. It's a bargain. You absolutely need to find a copy of this. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this one because I don't need two, but it's really good. And then we have The Miseries and Misfortunes, Role-Playing in 1648 France by Luke Crane. I looked at this collection and thought, this is perfect. It's great for doing sort of like that post-Dumas adventures setting. And it's a series of 5 books. And again, I can do this as a series and really look forward to digging into those. And now, yes, we are reaching the last thing. Let me just get it. Yeah. Just going to check to see if there's anything I've left in here. I don't think there is. It's all complete. Oh yeah. Yeah. Wrath and Glory Collector's Edition. A, I never expected to see a copy of this. B, I never expected to buy a copy of this. But they had a stack of them at the Studios 2 stand, and they were $25. So, yes, I bought a copy and transported it home. Quite heavy. There's a lot in there. And I'm going to really look forward to sort of like getting into it and finding out more about it, because I've not really looked. I've looked at the Quick Start a few years ago. So, yeah. Okay, there's everything. Well, almost everything. There's a couple of bits and pieces, but they're not really role-playing related. We might do a show of those if I can persuade my partner. But, yeah. So, yeah. I've now got to find somewhere to put these. And then I'm going to start working my way through them and finding time to do so. So this is going to keep me busy for the next few months, I would suspect, along with other things that will fit in along the way. So lots to review. And lots to talk about and digest. So yeah, if you get a chance to get a Gen Con, I definitely recommend it. I would say it is a whirlwind of awesomeness, from the good to the bad and back again. It's a whirlwind of, if you've never been, it's a whirlwind of culture shock. I would recommend going with friends. I would recommend organising some gaming, so you've got things to do as well as gawk at what the hell is going on. We found great food. We found great coffee, really great coffee. Cinnamon coffee with cayenne is, oh my god, it's so good. So yeah, yes, I do drink coffee as well as a nice hot cup of tea. And of course, snacks like Milk Duds. Did I say I really like Milk Duds? They're sort of like the toffee the toffee ones from Revels, if you're here in the UK, but bigger and better and chewier. So yeah, so this video isn't sponsored by Revels or Milk Duds, but I just like Milk Duds. So yeah, Gen Con, absolutely, it's an expense. It's worth going if you know what you're doing, you've organised things. That includes gaming, seeing people, catching up with friends, and is, as I say, a whirlwind of awesomeness, an experience, a blast. Do I want to do it again? I'd do it all again next week if I could. But I don't even know whether I'm going to be able to do it next year. But in the meantime, this has been my Gen Con 55, Gen Con 2022 Unbagging in the Nook. And I'll show you one last thing. What I was carrying, this is what this came from. This bag, okay. Yeah, this is my Gen Con haul. This is the bag they gave you. You can queue up and get one, along with the coupon book. So we grabbed one. But essentially, because we had to carry this back through 3 flights, and put it all in cases and stuff in our bags. We weren't carrying it in that, but that was really useful, carrying your stuff around, sort of like at the convention itself. Anyway, what can I say? Thank you very much for watching another unboxing, unbagging here in the Nook. If you've enjoyed this, please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, I really like Milk Duds. If you've not got the impression, I really like, like Milk Duds. Yeah. And if you like this video, then please do subscribe. Click on the subscribe button down below, and if you do so, you will be alerted to yet more unboxings here in the Nook, where you'll see me probably with a box or a package from which I will unbox a book and or game and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so. All, of course, accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Or occasionally some lemon squash, could that be any more English, in my Gen Con cup. Yeah, you'll get to see that. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll be back again soon. Bye for now.